And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Raiders and the Bears, and it comes your way next.
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Alongside Brock Heward in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, we usually at this point talk about a quarterback, talk about a game-breaking running back, a home run hitter when it comes to wideouts. Nah, today before this one, we're talking about a couple of tight ends.
And what a great game it is, Kate, to spotlight that position because we have two of the league's best. And when you go back and you watch the tape after the fact, when the ground game's running wild, it's usually these tight ends making blocks. When the passing game is getting it done, well, they play a role in the air as well. They don't get the headlines like you talked about, but these guys, man, they are cornerstones of their offense.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Soldier Field. It's Amir Abdullah with the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're brought out by someone who's kept the exact energy now as he had when he entered the league back in 2019. It's Gardner Minshew.
Kate, I don't know how many people know the story of Gardner Minshew and how close he was to becoming the GA and coaching. Mike Leach got on the phone with him and said, hey, why don't you take one more swing at this thing? Come out to Pullman, Washington, and lead my pirate ship. And all he did with that mustache was light the college football world on fire. And all he's been in the NFL with multiple organizations is that same spark plug that just makes something happen.
Inside handoff goes to Madison. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 29. Marshall there to bring it in. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First and 10, Minshew. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
All right, here we go. Second down. Up the middle they go with Madison. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. Call it a gain of 4, and now it's third down, and that unlucky 13.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Third and long for him here. Flushed out of the pocket. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Now the Raiders readying for the punt, and they'll turn to former All-Pro A.J. Cole for the kick. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked first overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, You can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair and eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Williams on the play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Well, 3rd and 15, you don't see many of those picked up, partner, but they found a way.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
New set of downs for him from the 46. First down throw by Williams. Has his man, it's a Dunze. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 4. He's on the move. He's running with it. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Chicago first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Going run again with Swift. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears have a great first drive and get the game's first points. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Minshew working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Minshew splits a couple of defenders and completes it. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
3rd and short. Here's Minshew. Throw reeled in by Mayer. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. They give it to Madison. And he's able to work this down to the 41. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 41. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Here's Madison. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Play action. It's Minshew. Brought in close to the 8. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They go with Madison here. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. They'll go right back to Madison. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown! The Raiders reach pay dirt for the first time this game. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders tie this game 7-7. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Tyler Scott now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. He cuts it back right. And he has the Chicago touchdown! The Bears need only one to take the lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown! Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Abdullah now to return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First and 10 now from the 30. They give now to Madison. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Vegas first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Fakes the handoff. Now Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here he is on third and long. Dumped off to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong, where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
A.J. Cole on to punt. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Throw reeled in by Allen.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Out of the pistol, Williams. Finds his target, Allen. And that's good for a gain of 5. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Williams from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Komet brings it in. And he gets it forward to still about a yard out of that. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Working from the gun, Williams. That throw finds Komet. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And this one does not go far. Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Back deep for the Raiders, Trey Tucker. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. They struggled to produce on that last series, but better results ahead as they take possession here. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Minshew. Pass taken in by Marshall. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They've got first down from the 31. To the ground with Madison. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Minshew. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Tried getting that one to Brock Bowers. And now they're going to face third down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Minshew now on third down. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect, and now they're stuck facing fourth down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. The Bears about set for their next possession. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Swift. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Marcus Epps making the play. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Off the play fake, Williams. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Staying grounded with Swift. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Marcus Epps making the play. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down. Here's Swift. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, and they go right back to him. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
All set up now for 1st and 10. This is Swift. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Here he goes on the bootleg. This one's caught. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Williams to throw on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Hey, that's not an easy thing to do, Kate. Not against quarterbacks and the red zone offenses in this league, but what a tremendous effort to not only get the stop, but to end it with gusto and a sack.
So on 4th down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This is from 35 out on the left hash. Carney's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a 1-score game here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Madison. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Complete out to the right. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
This ball's cut by Bowers. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now he'll throw off the play fake. He's going deep this time. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up 3rd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
They're gonna throw it on 3rd and long. Pass is hauled in by the running back. And he's gonna be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Bears back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Williams will look to throw. Catch made by Allen. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. And for the first time, one of his throws doesn't find a home. It's incomplete, but boy, what a streak he had to begin this game.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now Williams. Searches from the pocket. It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. A good defensive play breaks that one up. And 4th and 4 coming up.
Well, both ends of their defense nearly came away with a huge play. Another step, and they sacked the quarterback. But even still, the hit altered the throw and almost set up a takeaway.
The Raiders and Alexander Madison ready for another go on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. They're out and set. 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Madison. And he's brought down for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Minshew working from the gun. This is hauled in by Myers. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Minshew. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And 4th and 4 coming up.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. Begins his return at the 16. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Bears returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he sure has proven to be a handful for them, grabbing their attention as a runner, but actually doing a good bit of damage as part of the team's passing game, too. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Williams. That's going to be caught by Everett. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Marcus Epps making the play.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Marcus Epps making the play.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
First down, ball at the 36. Running behind center with Swift. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Marcus Epps making the play. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
2nd and 10 now. Swift hauls it in. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jack Jones making that tackle.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner and, really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Torrey Taylor getting set to punt it once again. Deep to receive it is Trey Tucker. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
A handoff for Madison, running left. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense, and I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They've got first down from the 31. From the shotgun, Minshew. Got a man, Bowers has it. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Hit made by TJ Edwards.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Out of the gun, Minshew. Marshall there to bring it in. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Sticking in the air with Minshew. Pass taken in by Marshall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Ball at the 33 for first down. He'll throw it yet again. Caught by Marshall. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Vegas first down. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Raiders working here. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Minshew setting up to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They'll throw it again. And this will be a Las Vegas touchdown. The Raiders make it a 1-score game before halftime. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Scott now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Finds his target, Allen. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First down throw by Williams. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Komet brings it in. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Williams to throw on first. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Escapes the puck, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Running with Swift out of the gun. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Give him 3 on the tote. It's 4th down coming up. So we've hit halftime in Chicago. It's been a good one for the home crowd. The Bears out in front. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our Halftime Report. We watched a solid performance out of running back DeAndre Swift. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. This return makes it up to the 25. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Off the play fake, Williams. He puts some power on a deep one. They connect on the deep shot. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. This play goes for 36. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On the carry, it's Swift. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Going run again with Swift. This is ahead for about 5. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on 3rd down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Williams on the play action. Complete beyond the marker. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out. That's good for 7 yards. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Running back sent in motion. 1st down, Williams. That throw finds Komet. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He's on the move. He's going to pull this one down and run with it. And he slides down inside the 5-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Well, I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains, and it's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical 1st down.
He finds him right side. And in for the Chicago touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Santos now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bears make it a 10-point ball game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Raiders are back onto the field, led by Gardner Minshew. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Minshew looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it's 2nd down coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
He keeps those feet in and makes the catch. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
Throwing on first is Minshew. This is hauled in by Myers. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Up the middle they go with Madison. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here's Madison again. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. 1st and 10, Minshew. He'll get this one to Madison. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's complete. Here's Madison. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Minshew working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's gonna run for it! It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Raiders first.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Minshew on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Trying to find Brock Bowers. So it'll be second down. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Third and long for him here. Has a man, it's Madison. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. First, second, third down, sometimes even fourth. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Scott now to return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The home teams and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A draw now. This is Swift. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go play action here. Swift hauls it in. Pickup of 2 here. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They're set up at the 35 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st down, here's Swift. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
We hear about basketball on grass so much more of the space and speed coming to the NFL game. That play's so indicative of it. Get that point guard in the open field and let him do his thing.
They're now set for a 1st and 10. Right side and in the hands of Allen. And he's going to be out of bounds right along the 20.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Williams will look to throw. Got Everett, and it's complete. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. The Bears take a 13-point lead. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. His 3rd of the game on the ground. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bears double their lead to 14. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Raiders ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Minshew. Got a man, Bowers has it. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
As a quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Out of the gun, Minshew. Into a crowd and, intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon.
You know, Kate, so often they say that defense is just reactionary. They're just reacting to what the offense is doing. But I'll tell you what, when you got a defensive call like that, the right personnel, nickel coverage, the right defensive plan, it plays such a huge role in helping take the ball away.
This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
They've got 1st down from the 31. They kick the running back in motion. Williams to throw on 1st. He completes it in traffic. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
I got to really rack my brain, Kate, to remember a play, a run in this league that nice that doesn't end up getting an offensive 1st down. He did all he could to will this drive forward.
3rd and just 2 to go. Off the play fake, Williams. Completed here to Komet. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. Give him 3 on that gain. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down.
Pretty easy to see here. He just simply takes off before he gets full possession, and that is a drop. It's kind of like when a receiver gets a handoff. You got to secure the ball first before you can make anything else happen.
On the ground with Swift. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Second and 6 coming up here. From the shotgun, Minshew. On the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Minshew to throw. Setting up the screen. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Las Vegas sends out the punt team. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. He has it at the 13. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They run the counter with Swift. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know why baseball coaches are called managers, Kate? Because they got to manage a lot of situations. And I've realized over time and talking to them, they love taking a situation, a game moment, and making it a team topic. That play, by that corner right there, I know this is a head football coach, not a head football manager, but he's going to take that play, he's going to illuminate it to his team and show the fearlessness of his corner making that tackle.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. Give him a yard back on the play. Now it's 3rd and 10. They just get the play off. That throw finds Komet. And he's going to end up out of bounds, which will end our 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Chicago brings out the punting unit. And he's been getting all of it every time out. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. Their offense running back out now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Minshew. This ball's cut by Bowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Throwing on first is Minshew. This is hauled in by Myers. And this one doesn't go far. Second down now, 7 to go. Minshew. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Sticking in the air with Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or two.
A conversion unlikely, but the offense is going for it. 4th and 13. They snap it. Here's Minshew. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over after the interception. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
First and 10 now from the 30. Williams on the play action. Chased out to his right. He's running with it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up first and goal.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Your second and goal from the 6. Again, it's going to be Swift. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
We take a break from his regularly scheduled programming of pass coverage duties to see him add in a little contribution in the run support. And his teammates, you can just see the body language. A little nod, a little grin. They'll welcome the reinforcements every time.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. Forced out to... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
So on fourth down, out is Cairo Santos for the Bears field goal. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. Carney's kick is good, and that extends the lead to 20.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. This offense getting all set for this series. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First and 10, Minshew. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Minshew on first down. Dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Madison. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Fakes the handoff, now Minshew. He rolls to his right. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I can already read the headlines tomorrow. This offensive line can't protect. This offensive line. But it's more than that. When you give up 5 sacks in a game, it's a complete breakdown of everybody offensively. Play caller, quarterback, offensive line. Yeah, they're going to have to regroup and figure out how to protect this quarterback first and foremost.
A lot of room they need here. It's 4th and a long 8. Minshew working from the gun. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Jalen Johnson with the pick.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. Even though they've got a 3-score lead, still a lot of time left, so they're going to try to grow it even further. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Staying grounded with Swift. And he'll get this up to the 29-yard line. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on 3rd down. Swift gets it on the option, and he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that, a guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
They've got 1st down from the 31. This is Swift, and he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field, but he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
Third down, here's Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to do the honors for the fourth time today. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Raiders' drive is going to start deep on their own side of the field. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing now from the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Minshew. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Here's Minshew. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 42. Has him on the quick hitter. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Play action, it's Minshew. Flushed out of the pocket. Stepping up, and he's going to run. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go with Madison here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Offense in the hurry up here. Out of the pistol, Minshew. Has it down close. He has the touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders drop the lead back to 13. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And it looks like the Bears are able to recover that kick. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks him, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now when you don't come up with that onside kick.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll run now with Swift. And he'll get it down for a solid gain to about the 37. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Man, offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Going to run again with Swift. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears in a good spot, up by 13. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Second down now, 7 to go. On the carry, it's Swift. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Now a give to Swift. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They'll run it with Swift. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. That was the biggest 3-yard gain you're going to see because instead of a turnover on downs, Brock, it gets them a 1st.
Kate, I'll give some credit to the defense there. Limited the gain to the outside, contained him for minimal yardage, but it was going to be tough to stop him from getting a first down as close as they were to the sticks.
Going to be a victory for the Bears as they drop to a knee here.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Lining up to take a knee on second down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Setting up for the kneel down on third. So the Bears come away with the win. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.